Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
He's the kind of guy who claps when the plane lands. It's Barney.
I love have you ever heard that insult? It's like the show it's like the show finished and they never stopped clapping. And even Carson Kresley's lazy eye works harder than her. It's Lukey look.
She is a lazy Lukey.
She truly is. Do you want to tell them what the lazy Lukey is? The patented lazy Lukey?
Well, no, because then everyone will want to see it.
Oh, okay, true.
Wow.
Sorry. We've got to keep some secrets from you girls.
Maybe you tell your own secrets rather than trying to make me tell mine.
I didn't really know it was that much of a secret. I just thought it was more of a lifestyle. What have we been up to?
I haven't really been up to anything. You've been up to all sorts during your screen deprivation.
I have. Ladies, gentlemen, they bees and everything in between. I have this week, basically I'm doing a course at the moment that's about, it's an artist recovery course. And this week we had to do screen deprivation. So you can imagine how difficult that was. Wow.
I'm trying to set the scene for
I
your
thought it was
brain.
just sounding like it was boring. And so we're not allowed to read, we're not allowed to go on our phones, we're not allowed to watch TV. You have to just be alone with your own thoughts, imagine.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
So the only thing I allowed myself this week to watch was Drag Race so that I could do this pod. But I've been doing crazy shit. Can I tell you? Me and my friend did it both doing the course and we made a list of all the things we wanted to do, including getting up and watching the sunrise on Primrose Hill. Absolutely gorgeous. I would 100% recommend. We have been doing night bike rides around London, which is so sick. Just basically, you've got loads of time to do nothing electronic, so you have to...
Well, you're using e-bikes, so that's my question.
No, honey. What's an
sure?
e-bike, like an electronic bike?
All the bikes, aren't they all a bit e-bike these days?
No, not Boris bikes. You're mad.
I don't know.
That's just a big lump of useless frame. And the bikes. But what have you been up to? Just getting stoned and eating?
Yeah, nothing.
Oh,
Sleeping.
the
I
best.
don't know. I just basically falling asleep constantly the whole weekend.
Oh.
No, it's not good. It's
That's
annoying.
the OG lazy Lukey. But let's talk some drags.
Fine.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Those breezy babes starred in the Daytona Wind. There was chaps on the runway. No bottoms this week. Lady C and Daya battled it out to Blondie for the top spot, which was given to our girl, Lady Marmalade. No one left. No one was sad.
After that non-elimination, hey? I can't believe the nasty gay venom that I had for Lady C now, because she's just the most adorable little angel in the world. I love her.
Same.
Such
I feel
purity.
so stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really going to let your class wars of London dictate who you like as a drag queen.
I know. Did you feel that way about N-Dubs?
No.
No, exactly. And they didn't represent Camden very well.
No, but I wasn't a Camden girl then.
Oh, true. Have you ever seen there's like a whole like Twitter account of, what's the guy from N-Dubs called? Dappy. It's called like Dappy Claps Back or something. And it's basically, he always responds to people's DMs.
Shall we do a DM now and see if he responds?
From your account?
No,
Or from Truffle
I don't have
Pigs?
Twitter, honey.
No, it's from Instagram.
Oh, well,
And
maybe.
basically people will be like, someone like message him being like, N-Dubs are my guilty pleasures, and he like voice noted them back being like, are you fucking dumb? A guilty pleasure is something you're embarrassed to listen to. N-Dubs were a great band. And he just always like claps back to everything. It's like, you probably need therapy, Dappy, my friend.
How many of the clapbacks are about his giant knob?
Wow. Giant knob. Yes, that was chilling in the studio. I don't know. I wouldn't talk to Dappy about anything. I'd rather talk to Lisa, to be honest.
Ask about her tats.
Message her, say, wait, you know where I can pick up a bag? Wasn't it her that was like in like a sting?
Probably.
Yeah.
When she was
in
X Factor horse.
Yeah. She was in a sting that like some people like tricked her into like being. They were like film directors from Dubai or something. And then when they were having the meetings, they were like, "Do you know where we can get some coke?" And she was like, "Yeah, I've got a guy. He'll be here in 10 minutes." And then it was like a whole sting, and it got filmed and stuff. to Lisa. She's just trying to
Too much too soon.
She's just trying to still live down that performance where she did it in flats. Do you remember? Well, maybe we'll put it on the pod.
Maybe.
Honestly, one of the greatest live performances ever. She dances in it. She's in sort of a flat ballet shoe with ribbons up the leg.
Very you know who.
Very that. Very that.
You know how last week we were wondering if the non-elimination meant there was going to be a double elimination coming up soon?
Yeah.
Well, it's taken me this week to realise we lost cornbread, so this has levelled it out, unless they still want to shenanigan us.
I hope there's more shenanigans.
Hopefully.
Just
but
not.
no outrageous ones.
No.
No all-star rules. We'll get to that later.
No, absolutely not. Can I tell you something? Bitter Betty messaged saying that in season 1...
Bitter Betty messaged us.
Let me read the response. It was to something we posted last week. She said it's widely known that because I posted a meme that was like, about RuPaul's going to be doing blood work and hormone checks next week.
Yeah.
And she put they actually did do blood work and check for hormones in the first few years. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, really taking that Olympic of drags a bit too seriously if they're doing blood work. And she said, yeah, it's pretty widely known that a couple of the girls in earlier seasons were actually made to stop taking their hormones in order to compete.
Oh my God.
Isn't that fucking insane?
That is.
Really going from turf wars to doll supremacy, the Drag Race
Doll
timeline.
domination.
It's
It's a PCD about that.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah. We've got to touch on it. Kerry and Angeria running around that workroom. How jealous were you?
It was like, oh, at least Lady Camden is introducing the American girls to some of our culture, the Benny Hill of it all.
No. I just want to play with them so much. Please include me. How do I get into that little... I just love them. It's so much. It's like, pick me, choose me.
All I could concentrate on was Georgia. It's like gnawing off her press-on nails like a fucking dog with a bone.
Yeah, 100%. But such a little cutie.
It's a new day in the workroom.
And then Lady RuPaul comes in, I guess, and she's always dressed like a Cluedo character these days.
Serving us a lovely deep Merle Ho.
Okay.
I don't even drink wine, and I can give you wine puns for days.
I feel like we haven't had a really, really, really fucking good reading challenge in so long. We're so sort of, unfortunately, stuck on the UK ones, which are just always...
I think this was possibly the best of all time.
Really? I really liked it.
I laughed out loud for everyone apart from Deja, Daya and Jasmine. Literally everyone else I was lolling off the
Do you know what I
sofa.
really, really liked about it, which is why I think the energy was so good of it, is there was like so much joy in it. Like when they were like ripping each other, everyone was like laughing, like they were laughing at themselves. It just didn't feel very like, until Daya got up, it didn't feel like nasty at all.
I think it's better when it comes in later as well, because then you just know the girls a lot more and everyone else knows them. So if you say, we know about your ingrown toenail, everyone's going to be like, not the ingrown toenail.
I felt like Daya's just felt so nasty and like hateful. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was weird.
Do you see Kerry's little like cutesy girl skip over to this like, okay then I guess I can be nasty. Love
What
you.
about just using Serena Cha-Cha as an all-out cuss? No punchline,
So
just like,
good.
you are Serena Cha-Cha,
So
and everyone's
good.
like, oh!
I really enjoyed when Lady C said to Kerry that she has the face of a superstar for podcasting, which neatly leads us to a review of Cliffhangers I found this weekend, where it says, unlistenable, 1 star. The woman's voice is piercing, a voice not made for podcasts.
And I just like to... Awkward! I just, we've got, please, first of all, pause this podcast right now, go onto Apple Podcasts and go leave us a review telling us that just how much we've changed your life, how much we changed your day, how much you have to change your knickers whilst listening to this. Like,
I would assume that they just go crotchless panties.
really, I would assume that they go
or au
inside out.
naturel.
Inside out. You can soak through twice.
Or you just don't need to just free soak. Free froth.
Free frothing. You heard it here first. It's a patented phrase.
Foo free froth.
It's sandwiched in between someone that said perfection. Honestly, couldn't love it more if I tried. And love. Fab podcast, funny and kind.
But how many of those was our parents and friends?
No, I don't think so. I think our parents and friends are just... I mean, your mum has literally commented on it with the name, with her full name. So
She ain't got nothing to hide.
fabulous.
But yeah, thought that was hilarious.
But how dare you? How dare you come onto our page? I dare you. Drop us a message. Come into the inbox. If you
I
want
don't
to
think
fight.
they're listening anymore, Barney. What the fuck was this Georges Orion behind the scenes mutual masturbation dish? I tried to do a mini deep dive, but all I got was like a shallow step, so I
Okay,
didn't get
but
very
at least
far.
that's something.
I found nothing.
Oh, nothing. Oh,
Nothing,
literally
0. Yeah, they were in
dry.
the same season of Drag Race together. Is all I
brilliant.
can tell you.
When they revealed this main challenge, I screamed. This is like probably like my dream main challenge, I think.
Dream Girls Challenge.
Well, yeah, because you've got in like dancing, but it's not like. I feel like
Say like one more time.
I just think that if it's like a full out dance routine, then often if you're going to do really well on it, like something's got to give. Do you know what I mean? Like your costume can't be that good because you're full out dance routine in, or like, I don't know. It's just, I love this level of dance where you're just like able to give it like style and you can really show that you can like put choreo down and also like kill it. But you've also sung as well and it's stylistic and I loved the outfits as well.
Even the runettes.
No, they didn't.
That was the
They
most
don't exist to me.
Well, we'll get to it. But quickly, I really want to try some sweet tarts. They looked absolutely delicious. I did a quick research and it looks like...
She's deep diving all over the place.
Maybe that's why I fell asleep so much, getting the bends, falling asleep. I can't remember what we used to call them, but kind of like those like red sweets, there's kind of like cables, like dark red, and they've got like the white inside. They're kind of like a flat oval.
I
it looks
love them.
It looks like them, but they're like sweet and tart and just like all like sour tropical flavors.
Sweet tart.
It's making like the sides of your tongue kind of go when it gets sour.
I do.
So let's break down what this challenge is.
Yes, please.
It's 1964. Girl groups are breaking racial barriers and making timeless hits. So the girlies need to break up into 3 groups, performing a brand new retro song, writing their own verses and coming up with their own choreo.
Firstly, did you see that heavenly table of the Wigs and Grace wigs?
When are we going to get the response?
I wouldn't want to. It'd be too scary. Imagine having like 15 wigs on there and it's just like... Because a couple of them as well, I hate to say it, a couple of them when I saw them on, I was like, I don't really... I think it was the runettes. I can't remember. Someone had like a couple of them had like weird fringes and it would just be too much picking it apart for me. But I liked a lot of them wigs. It's giving Millhouse. Do you know what I mean? Millhouse in that big wig. It seemed particularly messy when they were like all being vultures over the songs because for some reason this time he was like, here's 3 songs, fight it out between yourself. There was no groups. There was no, like, that seemed crazy. They've never done that before.
I think it's good though, because then we get to see like the casting couch. Well, not in this particular case, but it's like, yeah, how are you going to play this?
Yeah.
But quickly, what group would you have wanted to be in?
Well, they didn't really give much away. Like, obviously they're listening to it, so they know, but like.
But based on your knowledge of the bands before we
Shangri-La's,
get to them.
100%.
My first one was the runettes, but I changed my mind basically as soon as I saw any details.
Well, the thing is, they're all, if you can do it, they're all good because the runettes, like out of all of them, that's the singy one. Like the runettes are like singers. And then RuPreem's, obviously you know that RuPaul's going to love it. He's going to be looking for that one because they're his favourite band. And then like the Shangri-La's are just like classic fucking camp spoken word. They're so theatrical. They're so dramatic. So it's like, I mean, they're all pretty gold star, aren't they?
And do you have a favourite song from each of the bands?
I mean, obviously leader of the pack for Shangri-La's.
Can I give a
please
intel?
Yeah.
I was just double checking to see if there are any sick deep cuts I'd forgotten about because I always think My Boyfriend's Back by the Angels is by the Shangri-La's, but it's not.
Love.
But you know the TikTok sound, oh no, oh no. That's the Shangri-La's. That is from, remember, Walking in the Sands.
Wow.
Oh no. Hang on, I've got the sound for that.
That is madness. There's also another Shangri-La's song that I really, really love that's like really sad.
I think it's that one.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like there's another one that's like I really like reminds me of when I was younger because my mum fucking loves the Shangri-La's.
So yeah, Leader of the Pack would be my fave as well from them. What about the
Oh
Ronettes?
no, it's I Can Never Go Home Anymore.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh my god, it's so good. We'll play it after this. Like you'll love it. And then in terms of the oh sorry, what's yours?
Obviously, I love Be My Baby, but the Phil Spector Christmas album has a special place in my heart, so I'd have to go with I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus.
Love.
And then Supremes would have to be Stop in the Name of Love.
I'm You Can't Hurry Love, I think. Or Baby Love. They're all lots of loves.
Yeah. But I just remember, like, when it goes, stop, it makes my heart, like, stop every time.
And then I mean, again, like for the Ronettes, like everything from the Christmas album, because it's just...
But they've only got, like, about two songs on there. A lot of it's the Shirelles and Darlene Love as well. I thought they had more on the album.
Yeah. But I also love Be My Baby. They're just, I mean, all three of them are literally fucking classic bands. But the Shangri-La's, big shout out to in Leader of the Pack. My favourite bit is when they're like, look out, look out, look out, under like the singing when he gets hit.
Yeah. It's as if they completely copied the whole vibe of the song from Leader of the Pack.
It is, isn't it?
But that is the challenge.
I am so glad that Willow Pill was like, I'm not rolling over, ho. Find someone else to be cute this week, 'cause it ain't me.
What would
Not
you
me,
do?
not
How
today.
do you feel about people digging in their heels, and how would you have solved this issue if you were there?
So it's difficult. I would have dug my heels in, but I would have done it in a completely different way. Again, it's like there's ways and means to do everything. I would have been like, rather than being like, I'm not changing my mind, someone else can change their mind, I'd have been like, I really want to do this because, and I would like sell myself. I'd be like, I get that everyone wants to do it, but like, I think like in terms of my drag, like this theatrical, say if I wanted the Shangri-La's.
Yeah, but why would anyone want to give you anything that's going to help you in a thing that...
Because I would prove that I know the Shangri-La's really well, and I'd be like, they're just like, I know that the style of the music and the style of it would really work for me. And then you could then it would hopefully be like, rather than just be like, I want it. It's just like so childish. Like, I know obviously it's bullshit. Like, no one deserves it more than anyone else. But it's like this whole thing of like being like, I want it, and then like looking down and just like refusing to make eye contact with anyone. It's like,
petulant little brat.
little bitches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was so gross.
I would have ended up doing a Deja, I think. It'd be like, you lot are dumb, like, I'm bouncing. I don't want to be with you, dickheads.
I wouldn't have. I mean, I wouldn't have if... The one thing that I'm quite bad with is if I saw other people being like that, then I would be like, listen, if everyone's behaving like this, then why should I have to be the adult?
But I would be very loudly butthurt about it the whole day and make it everyone else's problem.
See, that's the thing. That's why I wouldn't, because if I was going to be butthurt, then I'd be annoyed. Imagine if you like had gone into that group. Imagine if that group had been in the bottom, and then you'd be like, well, fucking great. What, all because you're all literally petulant little children that I had to be in the bottom group? Nah.
No.
And also, there's no way that I would have wanted to be with Deja or Georges, really, or who else is in it? Georgia, Deja,
Jasmine.
Yeah, that's not a group that I see myself in.
All I know is at least 50%, if not 100% of my verse would be spoken word.
I cannot believe that more of them didn't do it.
Literally.
Especially in Shangri-La's.
Yeah.
Wild. That's like what they're known for.
Crazy.
And I really thought as well, like, a lot of them couldn't sing. Like, when Jasmine's vocals came in, shaky. But as soon as Georgia came in and she was doing that spoken word, I was like, this sounds brilliant.
Yeah, her voice was perfect for it.
Yeah, it's like
giving
the
us all
best
this
thing.
fake stress.
And I know what bit you loved as well. Hey, puppy. That was like, what? So,
Stop putting words in my mouth.
did you not love it? I really thought that you
I
would love that
preferred
little
the normal bit.
Oh, okay.
The normal bit.
Wow.
I thought it was a really good move of the Shangri-La's to come up with the story of the song together, like as a team, because with the Shangri-La's, all their songs is just like stupid stories. It's not just like generic, oh, I love you. Yeah. So yeah, that was very good.
Do you think it was so weird that Daya was like really scathing of Deja stepping down? Like, isn't that exactly what you want? She was sort of like, yeah, like Deja, like just like get rolled over and just like let us have it. It was like, wouldn't you be like, oh, thank God she did that? It was just
Yeah.
like, you are literally, she's the CEO of Bad Vibes. Like,
Really, truly.
it's really, I'm going to try and be as positive about her as possible, but I found this week difficult.
I actually
Difficult
wrote in my
viewing.
notes, like, I was feeling a bit guilty about saying last week that I essentially just don't like her. And then I was kind of sitting with me weird the week, like, you can just not like her, Jack. You don't have to not like her personally. But this week I was like, you're making it so hard for me not to like scream from the rooftops.
You're making it hard for me. Yeah, weird. Very, very into Deja's workroom slanket, though.
She's just chilling at home in her PJs and dressing
A
gown.
comfy bitch is an inspired bitch, Lucy.
Well,
You
could
want to
have
tell
been
the
comfier
girlies
then.
about your office snugs?
What?
I roll out right there. I look
sure.
over. Lukey's in a full body. What are they called? I was going to say a silk.
Kigu.
Kigu. She's all wrapped up like a little present, just to keep warm in these cold, arid conditions. Arid is like dry like a desert, isn't it?
Yeah.
I take it back. We're basically in bed in the office. We're both just in like slippers and Kigu's. It's gorgeous. But should we head to the recording studio?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So first up, we have Team Rupert. First of all, they did absolutely fantastically to give 3 names that are all with Ruin.
Yeah.
I thought, congrats. Team Rupreme. Did you love this little singing secret from Michelle? I thought, finally, she's given us some... we've had 13 years of unwarranted advice, and finally she's given us, just smile. And
Yeah, literally, as soon as she said it, I was like, my baby, he's the one for me.
Yeah. I was like, she must have been... I imagine she was Diana in a former life. I've actually been Diana.
Probably.
But that was actually a really useful tip. And because she, like, Angie's not a singer as such, but, like, that really helped her give, like, the right sound.
Although, I was a bit like, okay, she's got, like, the bass level there, but, like, can't someone tell her to like make it a bit more like light and breathy
Airy,
and
yeah.
and a bit more dreamy? She was just basically singing it in her man voice.
And I hate...
Yes.
Oh. And I hate to say it as well, but, like, they really hyped up that she did Diana. And then I didn't actually think she was
I
that
wasn't
good.
sure she was a top of the thing.
No,
I
I
thought
didn't.
I just thought the Shangri-La should have been the top.
Yeah, 100%. I really, really felt for Kerry as well, because let me tell you, nothing makes you pitchy like nerves. Like, I don't really know the mechanics of it. I think it's like if you can't like release properly, you can't get like your proper like grounding breaths, then you're very shaky, and you can always tell as soon as someone starts that they're like, it's going to be pitchy, it's going to like, and it's going to shake, and it's just it's so difficult to listen to, because nerves when you're singing are just, you can be nervous and act, and it's like, you can get away with it, you can be nervous and dance, get away with it, but it's so physical, and you can hear it, yeah, and it's like, ugh. And that's also not,
I really don't like it, Kat.
that's not something that you can edit out. Like, if someone's giving like crazy vibrato, like you can't get rid of it, and you could hear it in Jasmine's as well in their final cut.
It's very upsetting.
I know. I really felt like she was going to destroy it as well. She's like, I'm going to be giving it church. I'm a singer. I'm going to be taking it up. And you know, when the girls are like, with you, and they're like, no, please stop.
With you.
But should we move on to the Team Shangri-Las?
I just wish I was in this group so
much,
bad.
so much. Like 100% the best song.
Yeah.
Like being able to give narrative. It had like the right beat as well. Like it was a bit more sort of up tempo.
And obviously, like, the girls who had this group had those kind of minds anyway, but I really feel like this was the song that lets you be the most like surreal and stupid as well. I guess just being the Shangri-Las rather than the Supremes, like their songs have to be kind of grounded in some kind of reality.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Shangri-La,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
just literally do it.
And like funny is like you weren't really
Yeah.
going to make like the Rupremes like that funny, were you? Or the Ronettes really. But yeah, this didn't really give much away though. I thought in the recording studio I was a bit like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, because watching it the second time, I noticed that they only ever they missed out one person in the studio every time, so we didn't get to see Willow. We
Yeah.
didn't get to see.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Who else was it? Kerry, Angie, and Thingy. But yeah, so like we have no idea how Willow did, but Bosco and Daya were great and fantastic.
Talk to me about the Ronettes.
The Rudettes. Well, yeah, I was literally like screaming at the TV, like spoken
Yeah.
word. So finally, when Michelle was like, let's try some talking, I was like, yeah, obviously. Like
Every group should have had talking.
Yeah. And Georgia's then killed it. And yeah, so we don't get to see Jasmine in their team.
It's crazy to me that Deja said this, that they don't know if they can carry a note. Do you really if you can't sing, do you it's crazy that you just I actually don't know. Am I singing in tune? Can you actually not, I'm not saying you, obviously you know you can sing in tune.
Well, not really, because I've spent my whole life been told I can't sing. Can't sing a lick.
Shout out to the emotional bullies in Lukey's life. I feel very fucking strongly about when people... do you know what makes people nervous? Is people thinking they can't sing. So you're going to sing badly if people have told you that you can't sing. So it's like a vicious circle. So I feel very strongly about people telling other people that they can't sing.
The first day I met him.
So
like that.
Many syllables, so little time. It's so difficult if you can't sing, though, because there's really nothing you can do to teach them in the studio.
But that's why this was the perfect challenge, because I guess I couldn't sing, not even a lick.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're speaking.
Absolutely fantastic. And like you said, her voice was just so perfect for it. So I don't know, whatever. It was all working for me.
Well, then the girlies shimmy on down to the dance rehearsals.
Yeah, which
first up we got the team Rurus.
Although, can I just say, I'd really like if they had a rehearsal. They don't have to choreograph it for them, but a rehearsal director to help shape it. I don't like it
when steps
just...
were kind of
yeah.
More this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would they've got though? Diana. Or maybe what's her name? Her daughter.
Oh, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, just someone that's just even a modern group. Or someone.
Nicole Scherzi.
I'm sure some of the Shangris are still popping about, no?
Well, they're all, I guess, a similar age range. Yeah. Ronnie died.
Imagine if they came in and Diana Ross was sat there. Hello.
I don't think RuPaul will be able to handle it.
No. He's friends with her, though. She's been
those sweatpants would be sodden.
Yeah.
I was just so glad I wasn't on Deja's team. It feels like a mess. I don't think the dolls respond well to being spoken to like 6-year-old cheerleaders.
No. Do you think it would be useful to have someone in your group that was because I always really struggle with this, that it's as someone who was both a teacher and a choreographer and shit like that, is it useful for someone to go in and be right, I think we should do this, and sort of not order everyone around, but be really strong in their conviction?
Well, someone has to, because otherwise you get people going, but what if we do it this way? And then everyone's involved in this. It's romper and fuckeries.
Too many cooks spoil the broth, but too many cocks, different story.
Too many cocks, and you got yourself
season the broth.
Coco Van.
Hello.
We've gone back to the early recordings, so the jokes aren't as snappy.
Truly, when we just be drunk as a skunk. How funny, how much we have moved this podcast. Our first podcast, we just drunk so much and we were literally hammered by the end, just screaming into the mics. And now we're up at 9 o'clock, first thing on a Monday.
I think for a finale, though, let's have a couple of tinnies.
No.
Because when we went on Radio Berkshire or something, and the lady there who interviewed us was saying that someone who does a BBC type podcast, they have Wacky Wednesdays or whatever, and they have a couple of drinks and everyone knows that's the drunk one, and it's a hoot. So I feel not as drunk as we were, but maybe a couple of celebratory or depression filled cocktails for the finals.
Okay. It's
Team
a party.
Shangri-Las. How funny they assumed that Willow couldn't dance. When are you going to learn? Stop underestimating Willow Pill.
Love to see Ms. Pill thriving in silence. She's I don't need to tell you how good I am.
But also,
don't believe me, just watch.
watching it twice from the moves, I wasn't really oh yes, Willow's killing it.
Well, it's not they're not moves to kill it to. It's just she's clearly got a lot of style.
Internal groove.
Yeah. They seem to be so crisp and neat from the second they stepped on. I thought that's exactly how I would have rehearsed be getting some sneaky little sessions in the hotel room. And rehearse so that when you get on that stage, you've all got it. Because, I don't know. I mean, the first group was so dancer heavy. There was literally 3 dancers and they didn't have anything together.
No. Well, I guess it's kind of hard as well. People like Jasmine and Georges, I don't imagine they have any concept of 60s girl groups and what the movement would be and how you
they're
do
21.
it. But even so, they're just they're pop girls, aren't they? They're not going to be out there doing their reference research.
Yeah. What about the Team Rupremes?
What about would you say you got 2 white feet?
No. I would not. I've got 2.
That was so funny. I got 2 little rotter trotters.
2 flat feet.
Ding 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 ding. God, they're really setting Kerry up this week for a fail, and it's killing me.
Can I say something? Oh, I know. It was horrible to watch, wasn't it? Can I say something that might be a bit controversial on the pod? I would feel incredibly frustrated if I had to pare everything down to be simple. And I think in a competition, you have to step it up to an impressive level, not drag everyone down.
Are you talking about the Lady C's Dreamy Arms 24/7?
I wouldn't 100% be in a group where they were like, look, we're not really dancers. Like, it needs to be simple. I'd be like, no. You need to grow up and work on it all night.
But also, it's the Supremes doing like a half, like, tempo love song. Like, how hard do you think it's going to be?
And I'm aware that I am inadvertently coming for Angie and Kerry, so I know the weight that holds. But I would just be like, look, we're in a competition. The other groups you saw the other groups. Like, we can't be simple and trash just because you struggle with choreo. Like, you need to work. You've recorded your verse. You need to work on this all night. And just like, it doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be hard. It can still just be upper body, but it needs to look good. And I just felt really shit for Lady Camden that she felt like she had to like basically repeat the same move and gypsy turns for the entire thing.
But then I also feel bad for Kerry that no one told her she wasn't getting the lightness right.
Okay. So let's head into Elimination Day. What
Day.
about Lady C's love of girl power? I nearly brought a tear to my eye.
Just the girlies protecting her in the playground.
Yeah, I really thought them sort of like building a sort of girl boss fortress around him. Just being like, no, do not take the piss out of our faggot friend. It's like, go on, girls.
Did you see when they came in? Well, I will now get this. Someone was like, hey, Mama, welcome to the
Yeah!
And now, if this was 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have got the reference because I had only seen John Waters' Hairspray up until that point. But we got a big telly in the studio now, and we've been watching films, and we saw Hairspray the musical.
We did.
And now we get the reference, so there you go.
I know I've asked this before, but I want to hear it. Who are your favourite girl groups?
Well, I was going to say, is Mystique still your favourite girl band?
Of course. Why would it change?
Just wondering.
I've got 4, I put.
Sure. I guess, like, based on, like, listens per band, I'd have to say DC. But then, like, how can I sleep on the Pointer Sisters?
I've put the Pointer
Their
Sisters.
fucking back catalogue. PCD.
Doll Domination, honey.
Yeah, there's, like, so many good ones. But then also
I must stick
made
with
me realise...
Chew forever.
Huh?
I must stick with Chew forever.
Thank you. And then it made me realise how many mixed bands I like.
Boys and girls.
Yeah.
The ABBAs, the Steps.
Exactly.
Also, please don't sleep on 2 of the greatest girl bands ever, En Vogue
Sure.
and Sister Sledge.
Sure.
Sister Sledge.
En Vogue, I probably only know about 5 songs, so I couldn't really put them up there as me.
Sister Sledge would be my number 1, 100%.
You just said it's Mystique, and you doubled down on it.
Sister Sledge would be my number 1, Mystique second, and Pointer Sisters third.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay, yes, clear.
Yeah.
Move on.
The way religion dominates people's lives in America is absolutely fucking terrifying. I just can't, like, this whole conversation. Imagine telling your tiny little child, like, I'm sorry, you cannot listen to that music because it is not God-fearing. I was a goth. I was listening to death metal.
Beyonce is a well-known Jesus freak as well. Like, if your Christian daughter can't vibe to "Thank You, Lord, Hallelujah" on the second album, then I don't know what she wants.
Remind you of the absolutely stunning cover of Ave Maria.
Thank you. We've got Amazing Grace on there as well.
Amazing Grace. Yeah. It's absolutely fucking
And it's
mental.
like, this motherfucker's meant to be promoting love, and then, but yet you're, me putting words in the case. Now you're striking her and putting her in the corner because she wants to bloody be bootylicious.
I know, and she is bootylicious.
She is.
It was just very strange. Now I need to be very transparent and very honest with you. I'm very dubious of whether Daya is getting the villain edit or whether she is just a stone cold bitch.
It's tough, isn't it? Because every time I feel like I'm feeling a certain way about someone, then I'm always like, hang on, they're making me do that. But God, whether they are or she is, it's really working. She's so abrasive, it's crazy.
I don't know what bit it was. I think actually it was like the next week clip, but there was a bit when someone was... Oh, no, it was in Untucked.
Jasmine.
No, it was in Untucked.
Oh, I didn't
When
watch
someone
Untucked
was like, you're a real bitch this week. And she was like, I don't care. And that just like really struck me that it's like, people are saying like, you're coming across like horribly. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, what, like, you're with your friends, you're with sisters. Like, if anyone ever told me in real life, being like, you're coming across really badly, I'd be mortified. It's just so weird that, like, not only are you on telly, but you're also with people, like, your colleagues that you, like, love and respect.
Well, I don't think she does. She's there to do a job.
Well, she gave that bullshit apology saying how much she loved her.
Well, that's what I don't believe.
But it's just so weird to hear someone, like for that not to have any effect on them. To be like, I don't care if I'm coming across awful.
Maybe they see a kind of correlation as when their attitude got nasty as to when they started doing better in the competition, and they're thinking, oh, well, this is how it needs to be.
Crystal Method, who is the sweetest little angel ever.
I'm hoping Crystal's going to go for an emancipation afterwards.
Yeah, I'm hoping that she's like, she does not... I'm sorry, the House of Method does not stand with these views and opinions. Did you clock the, I think it was Lady Camden, the Azealia reference? The girls are fighting! Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, Azealia Banks did a very, very famous live after Cardi threw her shoe at Nikki at the Harper's Bazaar Icons party, and as Naomi Campbell said, there were no icons there. And when she saw that they were fighting, she was like on IG Live, like, the girls are fighting! And then she made merch out of it.
I, speaking of Naomi, can't not be wowed every time I see that Vogue cover of her as a mother.
It's just unbelievable.
Is a goddess.
I know. Imagine Naomi being your mum. Imagine, like, growing up and then realising, being like, hang on, mum, why are you everywhere?
Who is the dad? Is it a she?
I don't know.
Because I was...
Ideally, Skepta.
Well, ideally, it's just like some kind of... I don't need no dad. Yeah. I am Naomi Campbell. That's all you need.
It's just from prayer.
Yeah. Well, no, I was thinking insemination. Just
where
a random...
Where are you getting the spunk from? Where do you, personally, as Luki, get the spunk from?
The alley.
Yeah. Ali Wolf.
Yeah.
Shout out Ali Wolf. Owner of the Clapham Grand.
I don't know if he's the owner.
I mean, he's got enough spunk to be the owner. Shout out to Ali. Love him.
Let's take a break.
Let's.
Since I was a little girl, I only wanted one thing. Just really, really big hair. So Danny will take me to the dance.
I met them down the alleyway. They promised big hair. Get the picture?
Yes, we understand.
If I went down to Truffle Pig Wigs. That's right. Head down to www.trufflepigwigs.co.uk and make all your big hair dreams come true. It's your time to get assed out to the dance.
Ass out.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
Oi, ugly bitch.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Did you know that vending machines kill 4 times the amount of people per year than sharks do?
Doesn't surprise me, no.
4 times the amount. Imagine.
What's that with them falling on them?
I guess so. Like getting impounded by the Rolos. Awful.
Or you put your arm on the side to get something and then you starve to death.
Horrible.
3 weeks without food. I suppose maybe you dehydrate to death.
Yeah.
3
and you
days
can't
without
get that,
water.
You can't get that Diet Coke to fall out. You're real shaking. Also, I've got another one for you. Sorry, I just saw this as well and I thought, Lukey deserves the facts. She's an ugly bitch.
Thank you.
In the Honduran city of Yoro, it happens at least once a year, but sometimes 2 to 3 times a year. There is a thing called the rain of fish, where hundreds of fish rain from the sky. They get sucked up into the water clouds, and then they rain them
on me.
And it is a city. It's got about 37,000 people in, and it's a city where they basically are in famine constantly, and the city believes that it's like fish raining down from God, and that he gives it to them. So it's
basically cloudy with a chance of meatballs IRL.
Exactly. And they shout out to your favourite film. And they none of them ever get to eat seafood apart from when it rains from the sky.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucking mental? And they're like, it's our gift from God to the city. Absolutely fucking mental.
We should go there one year.
I'd rather just go get some fish from the supermarket if I'm honest.
But just to experience.
Just wait there for a year.
Yeah. Oh, it's not like a a usual time?
No. It just happens like once or twice a year. Let's talk. But apparently as well. Sorry, just say it's like literal end of days shit, because in order for that like isometric pressure to be, it has to be so strong in order to like be sucking that water up into the clouds that it's like hurricanes, lightning, and also fish.
How big are the fish?
The fish, like there's photos of it, and there's like.
But I'm wondering, is it like little mini ones or like trout?
They are
size?
quite small.
Yeah.
They're not like, they're probably more like sardines, but still sick.
Even more like cloud of a chance of meatballs.
Yeah, let's talk about the main stage. Can we talk about that fringe nightmare that was on RuPaul? He looked like a car wash.
I've decided that I'm going to stop basing my judgments on Ru's looks on her prime, when she was amazing every week, sort of like seasons like 3 to 6 or whatever. So I'm just going to take it face value. I think, look at her having fun all gussied up. Fine.
Look at the old girl just stepping out. I mean, sure.
What's the one about the old girls? And you can.
That's how Velasquez was born.
She needs to join that lineup.
Her, Lily, Scylla as well, wasn't it? Do you remember that one we found? It was
Scylla, Lily, and who? Barbara Windsor or something?
Yeah, something fantastic like that. You got to get a gimmick, girls. Literally, she is the queen of it. Did that wig seem a bit off to you?
No.
It seemed like a weird sort of shape, like
Not from
seemed like a bit like top
memory.
heavy or something. I don't know. But let's talk the girl group challenge. Let's talk the Shangri-Las, because they are up first. Can I just say, the production value on it was exquisite. When it came out, I was like, oh my God, they've got set. I'm seeing all of the girlies. They've got dancers, even though I did think the dance delicious to look at. Absolutely a lot of honeys.
Not era appropriate.
The choreo just seemed a bit, I don't know, it just didn't seem as like tight as it normally is.
Well, nothing stays that tight for very long, Barney.
And don't you know it. The Shangri-Las, talk to me.
I just thought it was so good. I thought Daya, I hate kills me to say it, definitely stood out. I wish Willow was having a bit more fun. I like the bit when it was baby, 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 and they're going up and down, but like alternate, they looked like Oompa Loompas.
So slick and brilliant, wasn't it?
And they had a really cute like boom move after, like a little offbeat.
Yeah.
After that was really cool.
Really loved it. I loved their use of like percussion, like percussive movement. That was great.
Yeah, they were just like great.
Perfect.
I
Love
would-
the outfits, love the wigs.
I wish that Willow and Bosco gave me just like an extra 15% of just like knowing, wink wink nudge nudge.
It was a bit difficult for me because I thought Daya gave too much. I thought she wasn't like reserved enough, because it has to be a bit nonch. It's a bit over dramatic, but it's also a bit like, I don't know. I didn't really feel like anyone from that group, IMO, just personally had it on the nose. But I know what you mean about Willow, like it wasn't. They needed to come up a bit. Daya needed to come down a bit. But great overall.
Yeah, I would have killed myself if I wasn't in this band.
The Runettes, Georgia giving that speech. If you can't sing, why bother?
What? I just was taken out of it immediately with these piece of trash outfits. Like, who
my
the fuck
God.
made these? You've got these lovely, like, body hugging, skin tight jumpsuits with the ruffly things, and then you just give them some like barely even like sewed together pieces of fabric. Like on Jasmine, who we've heard that she has a perfect body according to Daya, but then it's like all this like baggy excess fabric around the waist. It was just awful.
I just didn't feel much star power from this group, which
No.
is nasty to say, but
Mostly from Deja, I would say.
yeah, they just she looked like she was like doing it at like 50% at some bits. Like she was like she I told you, she's a teacher, she's a dancer, she's a choreographer. It's like she had no energy. No, she wasn't finishing her moves properly. She didn't have any like stylistically. She wasn't going anywhere with it. I just didn't think any of them had like the right stank on it. Like they didn't. I really didn't.
Then I'm not sure if I've seen that much footage of the Ronettes actually performing. I imagine they are a bit nonch.
But that's fine. But there's a difference between being nonch and looking bored, and being nonch and like acting nonch. Like nonchalant is like an active expression and way of
give us
moving.
nonch, not bored.
Yeah,
or tired.
There's a big difference between looking like you have no energy and being nonchalant.
I felt like they had a couple of jokes towards the end, particularly like Deja, but like they should have 100% gone down like the is it Eternal Flame, where it's like the psycho story. Yeah, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, what you when you are sleeping. They should have gone like proper like
to me.
I'm a psycho. Like we're gonna get you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
There was like a kind of a little bit of that at the end, but it felt like that was really missing from the whole thing.
What did you think of the Rue Preems?
What had happened to Kerry Colby's face? It looked like she had some allergic reaction and had been crying or something. Her like cheeks looked so like red and shiny. It was like she looked like she had a like skin peel or something.
Yeah, it was. This was hard to watch. I really was like, oh god, baby, what are you doing? They went much more aunty with it than I thought was going to happen. They sort of did like the Supremes like much later on in their career. And like in the 60s, they were like real young girls. They were turn the wigs around, Effie. You know, like they were like little at the start of their career. Whereas I felt like they went sort of more for like Diana later on.
Yeah.
I really was obsessed with this chiffon though. Straight away I was like, oh, heaven. This must be heaven to move in. And I was like, give me gypsy turns. It was just, love the wigs.
Although I felt that Lady C was really washed out in her one.
She was, wasn't she?
And I actually feel like she didn't deserve to be in the bottom. I felt like when it showed her bit, like her vocals were cute. She was giving me a soft performance. I thought, I don't really know why she was in the bottom.
Viewers, you didn't get to see there how Lukey sort of like washed her hands over her. It was very dreamy. It was very soft.
Thank you.
I hate to say it, Kerry was giving me like overexcited teenager at theatre camp. It was like the energy of it was so wrong. It was so... And I don't understand why, as a group, if I'd spotted that, I'd have been like, "This isn't right, Kerry. Like, I know you're like, I want to take it to church, but that's not what
it's not happy clappers."
Yeah, the Supremes aren't like over. They're like super like soft and they're romantic and they're like, and it just wasn't right. And I wish someone had told her.
Yeah, because like she said, I'm glad that we did get that kind of insight into her upbringing because like she doesn't know the girly pop references. She just only does really know church. So someone really should have been like flagged that up.
Isn't that so crazy that she said that? I completely forgot about that. She was just like, I don't know the words to these songs.
Yeah.
I did, like,
bear with me.
Bear with me. So cute. Let's talk Runway. It's Heart On, which seems...
Runway.
I mean, at this point, it's just words, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just nouns. It's like chair. Okay.
I'll give you a chair in the Turn Back Time video.
What would you wear, Luke's?
My first thought was the band Heart.
Okay.
So give you 80s extravaganza, but then I thought like that wouldn't really be anything. And then my second thought was Heart from Captain Planet. Again, that's not a look.
I don't even know who that is, but yeah.
He's what Captain Planet gets summoned by these teenagers sort of putting their rings together. It's like Earth, Heart, air, water, I don't know, elements and plus heart, and that brings Captain Planet to come and save you. But that's not very exciting either. And I guess everyone thought everyone would be doing Queen of Hearts, so that was not done at all.
Yeah, and also I feel like we've just seen, what's her name? It's been done so many times, Queen of Hearts. Just seen what's old Jan's friend called?
Rosé.
Rosé does that. It's just
Ellie
her
Diamond
Queen of
did
Hearts.
it as
Yeah,
well.
it's a bit overdone, and it's also it's so costumey.
Yeah, the best I could think of was kind of like, you know how like Georgia's had like the heart, but like being inside like a 3D kind of like soft,
a bit like
heart.
Miss Cracker in her Fabergé egg.
I guess so, yeah, but then I'm not really loving that, to be honest.
I was really surprised that no one did. You know the really famous Saint Laurent coat that Rihanna wore, like the red, it's like a heart coat.
No.
Oh, she like has this, it's like made of fur, like red fur, and it was like on every single Pinterest board ever when she first came out in it. I was surprised no one did that. Like that's like would be a cute look for, and that's kind of like that. It's like a big red fur coat that comes up from the neck, big shoulders, and then goes down to the knees, and it's like a big sort of like red fluffy heart. I again don't really think this is that interesting. I'd probably go down the route of just like having already something and it just being covered in hearts. Do you know what I mean? Like just like making sure it was a really sick outfit. But I thought maybe like the sort of like 90s Gautier like tatouage era style like sacred heart. You know, like sort of like, you know, the tatouage thing when they're just like covered in tattoos. So there's like a really famous photo of Naomi, and I think it's who's the one from? Oh, I'll come back to it. The woman from Sorry, this is really boring. But you know, Gautier did all them sort of like Sacred Heart things, and then I was thinking, you know, the Gaga performance that she did when she was like, she started like bleeding from inside. Imagine you had like a beautiful outfit, like you were all in white or whatever, and then you just got to the runway, and then like suddenly just like heart started bleeding, like just like through the outfit, just like.
Yeah, Bosco's could have done with a bit more liquid blood.
Yeah. Just something like that. That it's like they're like, where's the heart? And then it's like just like, and you're like bleeding through the outfit or something. Letitia Caster, that's
Sure.
and Mentalist, an absolute mentalist. Yeah. Do you know what the thing I'm talking about? They're in like a car and they're all like looking up. It's like Naomi, Letitia Caster, I think. Really famous Gautier image. But yeah, not inspiring really, no? No. Okay, let's talk.
Which is annoying because normally I can think of something.
Yeah, I mean, you're much more inspired than I am. Willow. Let's talk Willow.
Fun fact.
Panty dropper.
This is the reason that the thong song was written back in the early 2000s. This was a prediction by silver-haired Cisco.
Yeah.
And now we've finally seen it come to fruition. So great. Very silly, but also very hot. I give it 8 truffles.
8?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, can I also say that Cisco's name is Mark Alverfin Andrews?
Thank you.
Crazy. I love this so much. I gave it 10, obviously. Just consecutively out of the box, iconic reference. It was like...
What's the reference? Borat?
No, just like she is now a reference.
Sure.
Like is every single time she takes the idea and she goes to a completely different stratosphere with it. She's not just giving you like, you know, that boring bitch over here that I just said, like, do an outfit and just have hearts on it. It's like never that. It's like she will take something and she will like, no one will ever be anywhere close to the idea that she came up with. There's no way that someone's going to come down the runway and have something similar because they're so out of the box. And I just think she's out of everyone. We haven't had someone on Drag Race like this for a long, long time who's just like serving you.
Simone, I'd say.
Simone. Yeah, for sure. But I gave this 10. I absolutely loved it. Next up, we have Daya.
I really hate it, Cassie.
Cyberpunk. Can you stop fucking throwing around? As alt girls, we will not stand for these fucking terms being thrown around. Like, what does she mean, cyberpunk?
Because she's got half her head shaved? I
What?
don't know. That's just a vibe I don't vibrate with.
Me neither.
I gave it 5.
The hair is like that. Them sorts of like I don't know, like lesbians at Lilith Fair mullets, like with the half shaved. Like, no, it's not me.
Is that what people thought I was when I had half my head shaved?
Yeah, of course. I gave it 6, which seems a bit much, to be honest. But let's move on. Bosco serving vampiric snack.
Very Mugatu again.
We demand the uncensored version. We need the uncensored version. Do not hide that crack from us.
And there was so much censor. I couldn't even get a grasp of the shape of it. Like,
Yeah.
show me the butt.
I need, do we have
Where are
Butts.
the cheeks? Do we have a little whisper of hair there? Has she contoured? I don't know. Like, I need to see. I need to see them satin pillowy cheeks.
I reckon they'll be up on Insta now if we
on
have
the
a
Reddit
look.
forums. I gave it 10, obviously. I'm again, Bosco, even though I wouldn't say they're like as out of the box, they're so refined and so brilliant. I love her.
I gave this at 8 truffles.
Okay.
I thought it was a shame that she was saying drag queens are often scared to wear white. Then she turned around and you could see her hair underneath the white wig. So, and that's why. I obviously loved the heart butt, but I feel like for that we gained a bit of a lack of shape in the outfit from the front. So yes, I give it at 8 truffles.
Wouldn't you as well, if you had long hair, wouldn't you just like undercut like at least an inch so that you didn't have to deal with like neck hair? Neck hair is the bane of our lives.
100%.
Like, just get it.
Oh, I did my Bosco eyebrows, people.
Oh, she
You can
did.
check
And they
them
were
out.
so cute on
But it's
you.
so funny because I found, Bosco tutorial and she has got unbleached hair in it. It's like, what? Who is this brunette?
Oh, really? Gorgeous girls. Then next up we have Deja serving anime.
Serving Mediplay. Let's be real.
Yeah. Taste levels, question mark.
Shout out to Dame Edna, though. Now the 6th straight drag queen on this season of Drag Race.
Is Barry Humphries straight?
Yeah.
Weird. So it's like a fetish thing. Yeah,
I don't think. Well, surely it's just a job, isn't it?
maybe. I gave it 6. This is not for me.
I gave it 5.
5. It was so weird to like. I can't let these glasses be brought. These Timmy Mallet glasses be brought in as like we're having to deal with it in the interview and now on the runway. Like, no. It was very. Is it who was in Australia that wore glasses like that? Was it old tattoo?
Art Simone.
No, I feel like it was Karen from Finance. She wears glasses like that, doesn't she? Big.
She's got, I think like big yellow glasses.
Yeah. This isn't for me. But
is that just like the gay take on the old Jewish 70s glasses?
I don't know. It's just not for me.
Cheap Gucci.
Yeah, maybe. But weren't they like? I don't even think they were like glasses. I think they were like sort of like foam, like stick-ons. Like she just like a 2D thing that she just stuck on.
Are you talking about the runway or
the runway,
confessionals?
The runway.
Oh, okay, I was talking about her real glasses.
But yeah, not for us. Next up, we have Georgia serving Victoria's Got a Secret.
And the secret is she can't afford any clothes.
Wow.
Obviously, like, what did she say? Like, I know it's undies, but like, hello.
If you've got the body, wear the body.
It's just. Yeah, I like the feather heart. I kind of even like that it was pink against all her red lingerie, but you can't be coming out in just lingerie, girly.
Would you have said the same if it was on Valentina?
Yeah. But Valentina wouldn't have worn lingerie if it wasn't just a lingerie runway.
I just thought it was very simple and refined. I gave it 7. I thought it was fun. I liked the bit.
I mean, of course, I still gave it 6 truffles.
Yeah. Then next up, we have Jasmine serving Aphrodite.
It's a no from me, dog. If you're going to do Aphrodite, like, let it be known that it's Aphrodite.
It was just really boring, wasn't it? And I was really surprised because it's like, not only I'm going to need this hair system to go. Like, it's the same hair every single week.
Did you hear her say, like, wow, my hair looks so good, you can't even tell it's a wig? I can, because you've stuck it to the back third of your head.
I think that was supposed to be a joke. I think it was so big that it was like, you couldn't even tell this is a wig. It's like, I mean, it's just, I wonder whether, does she use her real hair?
I think so.
Oh, and so maybe that's why it's always the same colour. But it's just like it's so nothing.
And she must spray the edges because out of drag, she's got quite a square hairline. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I kind of am warming to her a bit, but I just want like, I just...
Did she come out as trans? No, you're like,
no,
okay, fine,
no. I've always like, I just think I like people that are just unashamedly themselves, and she's going through a whole thing at the moment, like just, but she, I don't know, I just like, the dress was so dull, and if it hadn't had a hip up, like a heart on the hip, it wouldn't have even gone with the runway. Felt like a bit like maybe like she had a dress and then she was like, we'll just stick like an applique on the hip. But it's always the same sort of silhouette, the same sort of hair, the same sort of look. So I don't know, it's just, it's a bit tired, I think. How many did you give it?
6.
Same. And then next up we have Angie serving Harajuku Mod Sia Fantasy.
There you go. You wanted to see a departure from her pageant look. She's giving you something different. How'd you feel?
I hated it.
You hated it?
I hated it. The thing that I'm worried for with Angie, because obviously I need Willow to win, but Angie is obviously doing so well, and I love her character, love when she does like her pageanty drag, but I don't think she's got an eye for doing, when they were like, wow, it's out of the box, it's avant-garde, like this was not, the hair didn't go with the outfit, it was so like on the nose, it wasn't for me. No. And that pains me to say. What about you?
I quite liked seeing her in the funny wig. I wish obviously the bangs were straighter, but bangs are a bugger. We do know
they
that.
They are, but
and I didn't mind it. I think if you took away the stupid heart thing and it was just like a black and white outfit with the like sort of marabou things, I thought it was fine. I gave a 7.
Okay. I just wish if you were going to do like mod, I wish that she'd done like she like bumped the ends, or I don't know, something like it didn't. The wig didn't scream mod, it screamed that gross helmet hair thing that Thorgy wore when she just had a sort of like weird silver cone head tassel thing.
Now this read to me more as kind of like a helmet made of hair, which then did kind of suit the moddy vibes to me a bit more.
Okay, I gave it 5. Kerry Colby serving demon.
Kerry does carry.
Say it with me. BWTs. What does it stand for?
Big wide titties.
Big wide titties. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I feel like it was the first time I've ever seen. I thought she was wearing a breastplate when she came down. I was like,
She must have been.
oh, what? No, they're her boobs.
I don't think so, because I don't think her boobs are that big. And like, where would the nipples be? Like, they were just like, I think that was a breastplate.
Oh,
That's why she
really?
had that little choker that Carson told her off for wearing.
Oh, I was like, where are these breasts come from? I was
So I
like,
remember-
how have I not noticed these?
I was like,
this whole
oh, what?
time?
So I could wear a breastplate over my.
I mean, you do not need to wear a
stuck-on
breastplate over.
I
your-
just meant, I thought it would always feel like painful. I mean, maybe it would be painful, just squashing them down.
It's the Jodie Powell influence of them BWTs.
Mm.
I'm so surprised. I'm going to have to now find a photo of what her boobs look like normally, because I just thought she's been hiding her light
Well, you
under
see
a
Confessional,
bushel.
you see that when she's got like nice cleavage and stuff, but I don't think they're as big as those. Yeah, and those tits had no nipples, and there
But
was
you
nothing
could-
covering the nipples.
But maybe you would foundation over the nipples.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you'd
you've been
you'd see the difference. They were
Yeah.
just like smooth, non-nippled breasts.
there.
I
So we
thought.
think she's got sort of like cutesy fashion boobs.
Well, just yeah, for when she wants to dress like that, but she doesn't want to have her whole nipples out.
She truly does. She truly does.
What?
Just have cutesy fashion boobs.
What? Have you got the evidence?
I do.
I got the evidence right here. What is it? What's the evidence?
Just really surprising. I just really.
Oh, and you've seen her real boobs there.
Yeah. So I just thought that maybe. Okay, that changes everything. But okay, amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was giving me really like there's a really famous, which I imagine was the reference for it. It's a really famous McQueen dress that's like sort of like hanging off. It's a bit like arteries. It's a bit like that. That's like blood red. And I liked the wig with it. I just thought it was an interesting look for her.
Did you even notice the tights?
No,
I didn't.
like,
Which is weird. I just saw the whole look, and it was kind of. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the wig. I liked the dark makeup.
and it was like cutting her in the right place as well.
I didn't like the boot.
I didn't like the boot either. I did think that was a strange choice. I was going to give it a 10, but then I took it down to a 9 because of the boot.
Was the boot on the runway or just in the lip sync?
I didn't notice it on the runway,
Me
so I'm
neither.
really hoping that it was just for the lip sync. She wanted a sturdier performance shoe.
I wish she had gone even sturdier.
A rooting shoe.
Yeah, I thought it looked great. I gave her 7 truffles.
I gave it 9. Next up, we have Lady C, 7 Mildred Pierced. I thought, heavenly.
I thought this is in the catalogue for fancy dress.
Do you see what I did there? Heavenly angel.
Sure.
I just thought like it is
Cupid.
absolutely exactly the same thing that she wore like a couple of weeks before, basically. But I just thought like she just looks so angelic and so nice, and I thought this is a nice look for her. It's hella fucking crafty. And then unfortunately, then I thought I could give this like an 8, and then I thought Aquaria.
And her one.
Aquaria serving like angel, and she was giving you she was Pina Bausching down that runway. She's giving you performance, like she's struggling and holding on to the
I thought it was weird that
arrows.
She didn't do San Sebastian. That she just did a Cupid shot by her own arrows.
And she had, do you remember that beautiful eye that she had? And like, I'm talking Aquaria now, and like she had gorgeous, like sort of like goldeny hair. And I thought, no, all of the choices that Aquaria made were much better. So I had to take it down to a 7 because I did like the beat.
I gave it 6. Like face and hair, lovely, but then you're literally like in a Smithy's like window.
Yeah. Let's talk Zinger and Minger. Now I have to make a formal apology. I am going to make a jingle for Zinger and Minger, but because
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
Why?
Because I've already made it.
Oh, sorry. What did I have to make?
Rose and Thorn.
Rose and Thorn. I am going to make one for Rose and Thorn. It's just because I've been away from all forms of media and things. I haven't been on my phone or been on a computer.
Very convenient.
But hit it.
Does it brighten up your world? Is it a zinger? Does it make you want to hurt? Is it a zingers and mingers?
She is a musical motherfucking genius. Let's talk Zinger and Minger, that time in the week where we talk about the wigs that really zinged for us, and unfortunately also the hair systems that minged.
Nothing really zung for me massively this week.
Did it not? Not even the Mugatu? That was mine, Bosco's white sculpture.
Oh, I think I said, I guess either Kerry or Gorgeous.
What was Kerry's?
Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
red
of course,
with the
of course, of
weird
course.
things, but I didn't really.
And what was George's?
Just black. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I do. They weren't that groundbreaking this week, but let's talk Minga. That's what we're really here
I had
for.
to go Jasmine's. I
The
see you
massive
round the
curls.
back.
It was too manic. It was
I thought you were going to go Daya.
I mean, Daya's like as a look all over was awful, but like the wig was probably the best thing of it. It was just like blue, nice blue.
It was
like
pink.
Oh, Daya. Oh, sure. I was thinking of Deja. They need to. One of them needs to change their name or get sent home. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, on that wig, awful. But I'm sure on someone else, not in that outfit, would have been bearable. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not the wig's fault.
No, it's the wig's fine.
It was just like altogether, it was not great. But yeah, too manic, Jasmine.
All right, then. Critiques, I guess. So Willow, Bosco and Georges are safe. Not Jasmine Kennedy cutting off and speaking over RuPaul.
Common sense ain't that common, is it?
It's not.
Oh my God. You in danger, girl.
Your fast track ticket to the bottom.
You do not do that. I was like, you're going into a lip sync now. You are in the bottom and you've just cut off the psychopath themselves. Like, good fucking luck.
And yeah, I couldn't believe that no one pulled up Carson to be like, the girlies wear chokers to cover up the breastplate line. I guess it's kind of, you don't want to speak back, but when he like called her out for wearing that, like Kerry for wearing that pinky choker.
I mean, unfortunately, though I don't want to agree with Carson Cresley in any way whatsoever, I did think
it looked like a child's like we've got one that's kind of similar, haven't we? With like a pink gem on it.
Yeah.
Very like oh, you get the choker, earrings, and a bracelet
in a sort of like
the
plastic
shop.
case.
Yeah.
It was so painful to hear them trashing Kerry. I was scared. It's horrible. But let's move in to this week. Our winner is Diabetical.
Hopefully she can pipe the fuck down now.
I mean,
I wouldn't count
do you
on it.
think that's going to happen? It's just so weird, isn't it? Because when it cut to her next week and it's like, she's still Aggie. It's like, you've just won. Like, what more can they give you? Like,
back
yeah.
at it again.
Yeah, truly. Daya won, but unfortunately that does mean that in the bottom is our beloved Highness, Kerry Colby, and Miss Jasmine Kennedy.
It's like they were waiting for the doll domination to start so that they could break it down.
Imagine if it just went, they call you sexy.
Oh. What did you think of this song choice?
The Unbreak My Heart remix. I thought it was a nightmare.
Like, Unbreak My Heart is such a fucking classic banger. There's so much room for like deep emotion, and then you got to throw in a fucking Euro beat. Like, what? Stop doing this to the gals.
Do you know what I would have loved is if they did half original into the remix. So it started yeah, like it, and it gave them a chance to like do the ballad and start giving like Park and Bark. They can be given Chi Chi Devane ripping open her costume,
rest in
throwing
peace,
the beads
baby.
everywhere. Like they could have really given something, and then into the remix, tear away. They're in a tiny.
It's a samba remix in my mind.
Yeah. Of course, ain't it always? I mean, I've got to say, Jasmine Kennedy, congratulations for staying on that releve and pretending to be wearing too high heels.
What an absolute joker. A normal human would have just kicked off the other one.
She knows, though, you take the shoes off, you're done. So she was like,
True.
that shoe fell off by accident, but I will pretend that I'm in two shoes.
That's a professional at work.
Yeah,
there.
professional dancer, professional model.
Professional diva, professional doll.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was just so hard to watch. Like Jasmine had so many more emotions and like levels of energy, and like Kerry was just stuck.
What about when Kerry started giving you hand performance, a little whacking?
A little whacking.
Okay. Bet giving you sort of Ms. Pangina heels.
But it wasn't. It was too little, too late at that
It
point.
was. There was one bit of it when I looked at Jasmine. I thought this is like watching toddlers in tiaras. She's like in a little dress, like poddling up and down like Lemon, in that stupid crazy wig, and it was just like mental. I was like, what is? They're doing a Unbreak My Heart remix, and both of them, like, I really felt like they kind of both lost that lip sync.
I feel like Jasmine did a good
hard
job with what she could do. But that's the kind of like shenanigans you bring over to All Stars.
Yeah.
Like don't do a fast version of a slow song on the usual series. You got to give the girlies a chance.
Oh, JK though is lucky that her system stayed on because it was hanging on by.
Let's not call her JK. It's a bit similar to Joe Rowling.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't even think. I was thinking, but you didn't say JK.
I didn't say JK.
She's lucky, yeah. It was hanging on by a single bobby pin and a prayer, like literally. Like when did you see her at the end? She like sort of like shifted it from like the back of her neck up back onto her
It
head.
went from a mullet to like a poodle.
Literally that. But honey, that's...
Never has the chocolate. Well, this is the first time the chocolate bar moment has meant anything. I was literally like me and Jasmine Kennedy, like, please God, please God.
I can't believe
please
they're
God.
going to do that sad trombone every week. It is it's almost like a fart noise,
And it really undercuts. It's like, don't try and like make this doggy moment horrible moment funny. Like my Kerry Colby is up there.
Yeah, it's
You've sent her
horrible,
pack
isn't
him.
it? But even though I am absolutely devastated to see Kerry Colby go, which I really fucking am, and it's like, okay, so first you've let the dolls on Drag Race, but it's like now it's like I've had to see Cornbread go, I've had to see Kerry go, Jasmine's in the bottom. It's like I can't see.
Maddie's gone.
Where is our representation? Where is my straight representation gone?
I really felt for Jasmine though, poor thing. Like,
why?
because like she was like in bits. The fact that she had sent Kerry home, and because when she was like praying for the chocolate bar, like she was devout. She didn't want to have to do that. Like Kerry is basically her like mother now. She was like the inspiration to carry on with her transition that she literally just said the other day. Luckily on camera, luckily for them to use that to be a
like if I could
story
be
point.
even half the woman that you are, like,
Yeah.
oh. But what a fucking graceful and poised exit from her. I couldn't believe it. Just like, and that's like comes from, you know, later on Jasmine, I think it was in Untucked, was just like, I've never seen anyone hold themselves like you do, like let alone as a trans woman, like just as a drag performer, as a drag artist, like you have this like power and strength that you just like, you know what you bring is exquisite. And I just thought like you rarely see someone leave and just like the way that she spoke was just like so fucking elegant. And I was like, damn. It's
Yeah,
like,
I didn't feel sad because she was like, this is the beginning. It's like, oh my God, it really is. Like, Kerry Colby is going to be in your newsstands, on your fucking news feed. She's going to be everywhere, and we'll just get to see more of her. So fantastic.
imagine if Sasha Colby came on. I die. Luke's Let's Talk Rose and Thorn.
We're just a bunch of crazy rose and thorns.
My rose is, I know this is a bit basic, but it's just Willow's creative mind. I just love her style eye on things.
Mine was just the Shangri-Las en general.
Yeah. Thorn.
The loss of dear sweet Kerry Colby.
Yeah, of course. It's horrible. But let's just hope and pray that sort of the end, they're like, right, we're going to bring back two girls. It's Cornbread and
Yeah.
Kerry. My thorn was that, but also how dog shit the UK challenges are compared to the American ones. Like, as if they got that, like, imagine if you were on it and they're like, oh, we're going to do I mean, I can't even think about what the shit that they
But they'd
put
have
into
to
it.
make it English version. Like, okay, so you're going to be the Beatles and you're going to be the Stones. It's like, what?
Fuck off. Oh God, yeah, just not. It's like UK just like never hits, and especially like imagine. I always think like imagine when you leave and you're like you get to like go on YouTube and be like this finished like video, and they'll get that for the girl groups. Like this finished video is like something that we did, and you're in it, and you get to keep it for life, and it's like oh great, they get to keep like I can't even.
Don't you dare say a word on Bing Bang Bong Sing Sang Song Ding Dong Dong.
No, what was the first one that was awful?
Oh no, the first one was all right. Break Up.
No.
BDE was bad.
Oh God.
But I have not watched Untucked, so is there anything else you want to say?
Well, you most importantly need to know that in Untucked, Bosco revealed that she's a horsey girl.
Oh!
And of course, I thought, of course.
I don't have a horse
she's got
sound effect.
She's got two horses. She's got two horses. She says they're her boyfriends.
Oh.
And I thought, yeah, that's a bit of Lukey luck, isn't it? I hadn't really thought about they touched on this. Oh my God, I've got something very exciting to tell you if you haven't seen Untucked.
Off menu. Oh no.
No, I hadn't really thought about how the pandemic would affect queens with your loss of connection to your drag persona, because Bosco was like, it was through the pandemic that I realised that I am trans, that like my non-binary and trans identity came out, because like I didn't get in drag, and like living every day being like misgendered and being called he in my service job, And not having the escape of like getting to be Bosco made me realise that like I don't want to live like this.
Wow.
And that like getting it like sort of like 2 or 3 times a week felt good at the time, but like when you're just like don't get to have any connection with it at all, then that's when I was like, I don't want to live like not out of the Bosco fantasy, which is like fuck that pandemic.
If I could live in the Bosco fantasy, I would want to live
if I could live in Bosco, like but most importantly, what I need to say to you is we had a very emotional talk from Ms. Willow Pill saying that she doesn't know where she's with her gender identity. She was like,
I've got another one.
I was thinking, are we seeing the baby steps of our 5th trans girl? She was saying that her relationship to her body is obviously incredibly difficult. And she said she's definitely going through like identity and gender like dysphoria. And like she doesn't really know where she's at. But she said as she gets more like she said the reason why I say about that is she said something along the lines of being in this competition is I'm seeing myself for the first time in my life how I think I want to be seen. And they were like, oh, like, so are you going through gender things? And she was like, yeah, I think that like and it was just...
I can't even grasp my brain around that.
I think if you struggle with how...
I mean, I can understand how other people could, but for me personally, I don't think I could ever, like, I mean, it's very lucky or just very boring.
Because I think as well, like, if we go out, like, if you get dressed up, like, you can look in the mirror and be like, I like the way I look. And I think if you never have that feeling, but then you get it in drag, that you're like, fuck, look at me, but you've never had that just, like, out of drag, then... I can completely understand why it would like be so dysphoric and just so difficult. But yeah, I just thought, wow, what a fucking... my only other takeaway from Untucked was Angie is fucking killing it. She's been in the top every week. She's won twice and been in the top consecutively every time. Isn't that fucking great? But next week, let's talk next week.
Well, yeah, looking forward to the DragCon challenge. Pretty
Same.
good last time. Proportionizing!
But most importantly... Nicole fucking Byers. She looked so beautiful, I couldn't breathe. And we need to talk about
Sisterhood. In her Olivia Lux hair.
Sisterhood of the Travelling Wigs. From Candy Muse to Olivia Lux to now to Nicole Byers. And I saw that Candy Muse tweeted saying when they stopped filming for a second, Nicole Byers went to Candy Muse. She was like, I fucking love your hair. And now she's back on wearing the same hair.
Well, it's not the same.
Well, no, but it's like, when she was on Drag Race, Nicole Byers said to her, 'cause she was the judge, the thing, she was like, I love your hair so much. And now she's like, come back and she's got...
Full sex.
Yeah, love it.
Also love the tribute to Ronnie Spector at the end, who died very recently.
Yeah, she did. Did she die before Christmas? I hope she got one last Phil Spector album.
I can't remember if it said 21 or 22. I thought it said 21.
22.
Oh, well then after Christmas.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, good. What a great episode. You got anything more to say, Lukes?
Well, yeah, I was going to do a quick rundown of UK versus the world.
Which I haven't seen, have I?
You have not, for once,
Yeah.
yes. This is probably the best episode so far. We had Snatch Game. The top two were Bagger, who was doing Kathy Bates in Misery, and honestly, just spot on.
I'm so surprised to hear you say that, but I'm going to watch it, I think.
Blue Hydrangea as Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. This is like such a weird choice. It's like Austin Powers and it's like the same level of Borat, just kind of like weird, like overdone catchphrases. But to be fair to her, she was very much in the character, and when she changed to Dr. Evil, it was a lot better. But anyway, those are at the top. And then everyone else was a bottom.
Everyone
else was a bottom. If you ain't in the top. But if you ask me, Janie was obviously the worst one and should have gone home. She did James Charles and didn't make any pedo jokes. Looked exactly like her, but just like, it's like she wasn't listening to the question. She was just being like, more followers, and just like, you need to make it
I don't
sense.
think she would be allowed to make any pedo jokes.
Well, no, I don't think she would, but that's why it was just a terrible choice.
Yeah, not in the
everyone else seemed to agree that Pangina was a bad Mariah, which was a bit hard because I feel like she started off well and she looked so much like her, but as we all know, Mariah is a bad choice. So
I don't think Mariah is a bad choice. Look at Shangela. Like, you just have to be funny. Mariah is so fucking funny.
But no one's done a good Mariah.
No, but I mean, I don't think that means that you could. Shangela has done a good Mariah.
Yeah, but that wasn't Snatch Game. She was just kind of doing the song and sort of playing the character.
I think you could do a good Mariah. I just don't think anyone has.
Mm-hmm. So after a lip sync to Let It Go by Alexandra Burke, do you know that one?
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say Let It Go from Frozen.
They've already done that.
Have they?
Yeah.
Peps?
No, later on.
Was it snowing while they did
Yeah.
it? Oh, gross.
Yeah. Anyway, Blue won and she sent Pangina home, and it was honestly the most heartbreaking thing ever. Like, Pangina just immediately broke down, started like talking in Thai and being like, I'm so sorry, everyone in Thailand, I've let you down, like, please forgive me, kind of thing. And then like she goes off stage and you can just hear her fucking sobbing and wailing, and Blue is literally like sweating. Who was it, like, in the last few seasons of American that went off really loud? Was it like Rock? No, someone you could like literally hear them.
Oh my God, yeah,
screaming
I kind of
behind
that.
It was so horrible. Well, this was worse. It's awful. So bad that me and Maggie both had to go onto the Instagram and be like, we love you, you have not let down Thailand, they love you.
I
So emotional.
feel like it's so difficult when, like, for her to come in that position of like she is the host. It's like if Brooke came back in, like, you've leveled yourself, well, not leveled yourself, but like you are on a level that isn't the same as the other competitors.
And she was saying in that episode as well that she actually received death threats and so much hate after hosting because her sense of humour is a lot more kind of like British, like a bit more like dry and sarcastic, and that's not how it is in Thailand. So everyone thought she was too mean to the competitors. So maybe this was her chance to kind of win favour with the Thai fans, and now she feels like she definitely hasn't.
But also as well, like, she literally, she was so good. She was like so consecutively high, wasn't she? Like,
Yeah.
doing so well. So I saw on Twitter, even though I haven't seen the episode, I saw straight after it happened that people were really going for Blue as well. And people being like, you need to stop sending hate to Blue. Like, she's just playing the game. Don't
And like
hate the
literally,
girls for playing.
Pangina sent Jimbo home the week before, who was the previous top spot holder. So
yeah,
it's
but
like-
Jimbo was like the worst that week.
But so Pangina was the second worst probably that week.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But I saw a tweet that was like, don't hate the girls for playing the game, hate RuPaul for creating the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't have to be like this. Like, it could just be a competition about like who is the best drag queen.
No one even has to go home. It could just be like you win points if you're at the top, and then at the end, the person with the most points wins.
Like, they have created a game that feels unfair and that feels so dramatic that it's stressful for a reason. Like, but yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are enjoying UK versus the world. Because at least they're getting the use out of an empty studio, you know?
Well, exactly. You got to get your money's worth, haven't you?
Exactamundo.
Well, love that. Thanks so much for listening, as always. You can follow us everywhere on @Truffle Pig Wigs. Please feel free to rate, review, share, like, follow, wipe front to back, and stay hydrated.
Exactly. And now I'm going to say it one more time. Please go over to your Apple Podcast app and go over and just leave us a little review about whether
My piercing, shrieking voice.
about whether you love the podcast or not, because it helps us grow, and that's very good for the girls. And we'll see you very soon.
Ta-ra!
Love you.